What's going on, guys? Today I'm kind of back, but honestly, there's really not much to do anything. Basically what I'm just doing here, I've been strolling. I just been walking around here outside, and there's not really much I actually want to do today. There's not really like anything to do today. But what I want to say is that I haven't got an update in a while. Like I know I've said this before, you know, but I'm trying my best to try to keep up with everything that I've been trying to like film and everything out. Trying to film as much as possible, but I've been going through kind of like my schedule and everything that I've been doing, and it turns out like my update from how I'm updating, because you know I have school and I have work, which is just two reasons which I don't get to film that much. But a little bit more further notice is that I'm almost carless right now. My car was totaled in a wreck, and it's actually now completely totaled. I mean, I still have it, but it's going to be hauled off a while ago. And I had a family that did pass, and I had my grandmother who just passed away. I found out yesterday. She passed out last I think it was yesterday morning. So yeah, that's really sucks. And honestly, but like I said, there's nothing really to film, but what has been going on lately, I'm not too sure if I'm gonna be able to update as recent as I have been, you know, uploading. But honestly, oh, look at this real quick. This was a jump I did have. You can't really see it because of all the leaves, but let me give you like a little side angle view here. See that? It doesn't look like much, but what it was a jump that my dad and myself built. What we did was we went back in the woods. There's a trail through the woods in there. I actually want to go through that here, and I think I will. But we got a lot of dirt. There's a hill back in there. I don't know if you can see it, but we also have another one that's up over there. But what we did was we went really deep in through that trail there into the very back. And what we did was we got, like I said, we got like a few there were some tires in there, and I wonder if one of these tires are still sticking out. Maybe if you can see, it's kind of like on the edge here. But there was 3 tires. We got 3 tires. We took them, we got them from really deep back in the woods there, and then we made a jump out of the tires and the dirt. We used tires. I'm not actually too sure why. Maybe to keep it a little bit more stable to where we could put the dirt on it. But yeah, I think the tires, it's either on the sides or it's down on the, not maybe the face, but the other side. Like this is the like this is supposed to be the face right here. This is the face of the jump, and then this is the back side of it. All right. I don't know. There's a tire somewhere, but because of the rain, it's so soft. But we weren't gonna put like the tire like on the face of the jump, because that'd really throw you off and like buck you off of the bars or something. But anyway, like I said, we got 3 tires, and I don't know. I thought it was maybe like on the top here, or on the side, or on the back side. I don't know. I've never went on this thing forever. But yeah, we got some tires back in. But since I really got nothing else, why don't we go? I might actually film the woods for a different time, maybe like right after this video. I don't know. But actually, I do want to show you guys what's like actually back in there for a wood vlog, because I've been through that trail so many times. Well, not recently, but I have been back there a few times, and honestly, I'd like to actually see what's still there and what something new is in there. since it's no longer hunting season, I don't have really any worries about getting shot or anything. But yeah, that's kind of how it goes right now. So, long story short, I just actually want to say, like, that's like the main gimmick of this video, is saying that I'm not going to be able to upload as often as I would want to. But like I said, that's a might though. It's not a fact, it's a might. But I think it should be pretty good. I mean, but since robotics is another thing. We didn't have that today because we couldn't get a spot for what we'd be working on. Well, for my department anyway, because I don't really think anybody's there. We did have a Vex thing, Vex competition, which I've only been to one of them because it was at our school, you know, so it was close. But the reason why I can't go to Vex is because we get back at like around maybe like 6 o'clock-ish or so, and since I have to go to work and I have to be there at 5 and it's around 11 or maybe about noon about now, it's good, but we're just gonna have to see as much as I can, and we will be going to a robotics competition. I remember I did film one video on RoboRams. That was a part 1 video. I meant to make more parts, but I was kind of like, in all the things that we were doing, I actually couldn't maybe film more as I would want to, but you know, no, but since I have a camera and a phone, I'll be able to upload videos onto there. I'll probably bring my laptop, or I might just like film them, and I'll maybe just like, you know, like just fill them and then like post them when I get back home, because it's gonna be a 3-day thing. And guys, also check this out here. We have a thing that's a pond thing, you know. It's where the water like flows into the pond. So like any water that's like in here, as you can see, like through there, well, you probably can't see, but it's like a little stream thing right there. From any water that's like back in there that doesn't need to be in there, we have just like a little stream through here, and then it has water that runs right here. As you can see, there's kind of water flowing through it right now, and it runs off through these kind of rocks here into the part of the pond right there, and then it goes into the pond to kind of fill it up a little bit more. Not exactly to fill it up, but just like, you know, it's a pond, you know, it's supposed to have water. As you can see, the banks right there. Fun fact about this pond, you can see, like right in there where it's all muddy and everything, that's where the pond actually came up to. But now it's just water right there. You can see like all those parts right here. This is where the pond was actually supposed to be. And now if I zoom, now I can't zoom out anymore. But as you can see, all that part in there, that's where the pond, everything that I can possibly fit in that camera right now, that's where the pond is actually supposed to be. You actually should have seen this pond this summer. Well, I shouldn't say this summer because this summer hasn't come yet. You should have seen it last summer. That pond, it was so down, like so far. Like honestly, that dock right there, you could actually, you could have probably saw that. You see that green thing right there? That's my mom's alligator that she has. It's a 3-part alligator. It's actually, you know, just like a pretty thing that you can put outside. It used to be like right up there, but the water has washed it so much that it's actually now down there. So it used to be like up there, and now it's down here, and now it's down right there. Okay, the pond was actually like I said, it was so shallow. It used to come up maybe to where you can maybe almost like see, like halfway in between those legs and that leg right there. It used to come up like right in between there. So my mom and dad said they've never seen this pond that shallow ever before, ever. Alright, and that's actually pretty interesting for me because I've only seen this pond I've never seen this pond that shallow either, but you know, I've only lived here for 17 years and I've really actually never like noticed the pond being too shallow or anything. And another thing is, those 5 legs sticking out right there, we had an extra part of the dock where it was a step down, but funny story on that too. when we used to have a meetup thing where we would have my family, where we have my mom, dad, and of course myself. And we've had these things, we call them, sorry, step there. We call them small groups. And the small groups, what we would do was, we would go, they would like hang out in the garage over there. And then, while me, it would be my mom, my dad, and they would have their friends over while we had my friends over. So, it'd be me, Gatlin. I don't know if you guys know Gatlin, probably some of you do and probably some of you don't, depending on who watches this. It'd be Sadie Southard, you guys might know her, and what they would do their parents would go into the barn and like have like a drink or something and just like hang out, and then me and Gatlin and Sadie, we just do like stuff just like out in the backyard because there's so much to do out in this backyard apparently. Or, like a trampoline and just like things like that. Or we'd go up in my room and watch like some Mario videos or something. But fun fact about this: me and my dad, we knew that bottom part of the pond would collapse some point because it was like really like old and the boards were pretty bad. But anyway, what happened was. I forgot about Ember Pemberton. Yeah, she would be there too. So yeah, that part of the pond right there, that part of the deck, I should say. What it was, my mom was standing on that part there. Her friend Angie was standing right there. Rachel, Sadie's mom, was right there, and then Emma's mom, Terry, was hanging on from that board to the other board there, and she got a whole leg wet. So, since this was my mom's house, she got to go inside and dry off and put on some clean clothes. Angie Miller got it up to her waist, and like I said, like we came outside because we had no idea what was going on, because my mom she just like rushed in. I'm like, Mom, why are you so wet? She said, the pond broke. And I'm like, what? So I hurried down my room and I went to go look, and I'm like, oh yeah, it did. So yeah, my mom went to go inside, so she was probably, I wouldn't say she was the luckiest, because Rachel was probably the luckiest out of it, because she didn't get any wet at all. She was standing on the back part of the pond there, and she was deck, and I'm so used to calling it a pond, I'm sorry about that, because it is a pond now, just because there's just legs sticking, legs sticking out of it. Anyway, what I'm saying is, Rachel, she got out of the, she was on the deck and she was able to make it off safely. My mom was probably the second most luckiest, because, this is her house. She got to go in and put on some clean dry clothes and then came back out. Terry, she got a whole leg wet, which I thought was pretty funny. She was probably laughing so hard, so that's probably why her leg got wet, and Angie got it up to her waist. So she was probably the most unluckiest, but Sadie's dad, helped them all out. So it was a pretty fun fiasco, but I didn't see it, but that's what my mom told me the story was. And this was, and like I said, this was a long time ago, and me and my dad a while back, we actually took all the boards that was collapsed there, and we drug them back over here to where we have some boards to where we had, because before I was even born, this house used to have a huge deck that surrounded it, and my dad pulled all that out, and there's those are like some of the driveways that we've had, and probably some boards from the pond, and then back over there is the boards that used to surround the deck, and those things are just ramps there that my dad uses for the tractor. So man, there's molehills over here that makes this ground make me sink into them. Okay, but anyway, that's all I want to actually film for this vlog. It actually came up with some funny stories from my past. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to wrap this up, and then I'm going to go and film the woods, I guess, and I'll upload both of these videos in the time. But honestly, this video turned out a lot better than I suspected. I didn't think I was actually going to film the stories I had, but thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's Trey Maximus. Peace out. You all have a good one.